Ladies and gentlemen, Direct Sale Nation presents Chantel Schultz. Get the latest information on direct sale companies, products, business building strategies, and opportunities. We support the guys and gals next door because we are the guys and gals next door. Join us at directsalenation.com to find and list a business and sign up for our newsletter. And now your host, Chantel Schultz.
All right, we are back for day 2 with Chili Z. She is an independent director with Grace Adele, and she was here yesterday to talk about all of her awesome products. And today she's going to talk about her personal journey with direct sales, as well as the opportunity that she offers through Grace Adele. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm excellent. So glad you came back. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and give us a brief description of the products that you offer through Grace Adele?
Okay, so in case somebody missed it, or if I repeat myself or some of that's different, I'm Chili Z, the purse party diva. I am passionate for fashion. I love the Grace Adele brand. I think it's really fun. It is part of the Scentsy family. There are 3 different brands in the Scentsy family. Most people think of Scentsy, they think of fragrance. That is one of our brands. But we have 2 other business opportunities, which is very unique in this industry. Almost think of them in the business world as subsidiaries, if you will. So you have Scentsy Fragrance, you have Velada, which is our fondue and entertainment brand, and then you have Grace Adele, which is our fashion, functional fashion accessories. And I don't remember what else I was supposed to say.
Oh. That's good. Okay.
Did I answer the question?
You did a great job answering that one. Okay. So lots of direct sale companies talk about your why or your reason for succeeding within their company. Can you tell us a little bit about your why?
Well, I have a little picture. It's a little old, but they're so damn cute.
Aww.
It's reflecting, I think, off of my thing.
It's a family picture, y'all.
I'm showing a family picture of my husband and my 2 kids. I have my kids. I have a daughter and a son. They're 17 months apart. So I have a corporate background. My degree is in management information systems. I went to Texas A&M, a 4th generation Aggie, and I always thought I was going to be. I always thought I was going to work for a little bit and then go back and get my MBA and run a Fortune 500 company. And I'm a female in technology. I was with Big 5 for 7 years, and while I was with Ernst & Young, I traveled all over the world. I was on amazing projects, amazing training. I realized that I love the professional world, but I didn't quite fit, especially female in technology. I'm highly animated. If you guys were on the audio, I use my hands all the time, and I'm passionate and I'm emotional and I'm all those things that I can't be in IT. So I realized that I might not have been in the exact best place. And, so I think I accidentally found direct sales, and it's been a blessing ever since.
Awesome. Well, can you go ahead and tell us about the business opportunity that you offer through Grace Adele and how someone could learn more and get involved?
Yes. So, as I mentioned before, Grace Adele is part of the Scentsy family. So when you join Grace Adele, you pick that is the company that you are going to represent. And to join, Mary Christensen says this, I love this, and it's so true with any direct sales. People say, how much does it cost to join? And she says, I don't know how much it costs. I mean, you've got training, and you've got this, and you've got that. The company heavily subsidizes. All it's going to cost you is, and then whatever the starter kit fee or whatever.
That is brilliant. Yes.
I love it. Mary, I love you. So anyway, with Grace Adele, our starter kit is $199. We actually have 2 starter kit options because we are a fashion brand with jewelry and purses. Some consultants, when they start, may want to have more products to demonstrate. Not required, but it is a lot of fun when you have the parties. We have business tools that help you if you do not have all the products. I like to call them paper dolls. They're paper copies of our purses and clutches so that you can mix and match and design your brand so you can see exactly what it looks like. You can also do this online. But if you go to a home or if you're out at a show that doesn't have internet access, you can use our little paper dolls to put the looks together. So there's lots of supplies to help you. But to get started, you're going to do $1.99 or do $4.99. And you're going to pick a sponsor and sign up online. And I think this is a really important point. You need to interview your sponsor for whatever brand or whatever business that you're going to start into. Don't pick a brand just because you think you're a ground floor opportunity or everybody's jumping in or all your friends are doing it. You need to figure out, what do you want, and then what is your vehicle? And your vehicle is determined by your passion, not your best friend's passion, not somebody else's passion, but your passion. You need to figure out what you want. When you get passionate about that, that is what's going to sell. So if you love fashion, if you love helping women feel better about themselves, if you love putting looks together, when you were little, you did those little, I don't know, what were those things called? You put the little people together and then you did the pencil over it. Do you know what I'm talking about? You don't know. You're too young. See, you're too young. Fashion plates is what I think they were called. And you had these little picked pieces and you mixed them up. See, I'm a fashion junkie. I wanted to be a fashion designer. So if you love that, if you like to know what's trendy, what are you looking at on Facebook? What are you drawn to? What are you reading? Those kind of things. That's going to give you an idea of what your passion is. Mm-hmm. And if your passion is fashion, then Grace Adele is the brand that you need to look in. And I'm not saying the other ones are bad or anything like that. Right now, I'm so excited about this brand. It has so much opportunity. We're doing some really great things with this. It's a low startup cost, and you do not carry inventory with our products. There's too many products to carry inventory. You have a couple of pieces, just like on my yesterday video showing you how to mix and match. If you missed that, go to YouTube and watch it, or go to pursepartydiva.com and you can see the videos on how we mix and match things. Once you understand the basics, you have a purse, you have a clutch, another clutch, mix and match, you're done. That's all you have to show this. Now, in addition to that fee to start, you're going to get your website for 3 months included. After that, it's going to be $10 a month. And that allows you to sell in your country. We are in other countries with Grace Adele. Australia's one and Canada's one. And then if you choose the larger starter kit, you'll get more products in your kit. But you'll get your purse and some accessories to be able to show. And like I said, you join online. So you will go to once you've picked a sponsor, you've interviewed them, you know that you guys are going to work together well, then you will go onto their website and sign up.
Or they can go on your website and sign up
too.
Just
go to my website, the Purse Party Diva.
Awesome. Okay. So can you talk about the compensation plan or any of the incentives maybe that they offer, or like what all rewards and stuff can you get with this company?
A lot. I'm always doing this, looking at different things on the catalog so I can make sure that I talk to the right points, because that's what I use when we talk about compensation. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to step back a little bit, because usually what people ask is how much can I make? And, my question is always, what do you need? What do you want? And getting to the why, mm-hmm. Why people join and why people do this. My why is to help people. My passion is to help others. And so that isn't represented on a compensation plan. Right. I can tell you how I can help other people. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I want to bring up about compensation is I still am, only part-time, but I am in corporate. And I do pretty well for myself in my business. Like I said, I have a degree. A woman in technology does all right. Mm-hmm. The way you know you're doing well is a promotion or bonus. And I don't mean to sound this way, but I'm going to say it. Mm-hmm. Money doesn't do it, right? I mean, it's great. You need it, right?
Right.
But it doesn't do anything. I'm really about goals. And with the Cincy family, when we have awards, there's lots of different awards. All direct sales companies have different awards recognition structures. Mm-hmm. And I am so driven by those awards. And at Cincy family, we have charm bracelets. And when you earn these different awards, you get a charm. And I'm telling you, I get so excited about these little charms. And they're cute, but it's not like they're Tiffany charms. But it's the recognition that I did that. And I'm so proud of myself. I set this goal and I hit it. And it's just such a great feeling. In a company, I can bust my butt and make my goal, but if the company doesn't make their goal, then I'm not going to get it, right?
Right.
And I was never in sales in corporate. I was in operations, so I never went on those trips. Mm-hmm. Now with Cincy, I've been on all the trips. I started 4 years ago in December, and I went, my first incentive trip I could go on because I joined almost at the end of the incentive period, which people have done. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't have, but I wasn't even selling when I signed up. But my first incentive trip was Disney. I earned it for me and my husband. And that was an amazing trip to go on without kids. The next trip I went on, I promoted to director, which is a leadership level. And you can pay to go to leadership training in Mexico once a year in January. The company heavily subsidizes it, but you pay to get there and you fly yourself there. But you're able to spend a week in Mexico in January every year. Then comes the next incentive trip, which was Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. Amazing trip. And then last year I went to Hawaii. And I just recently found out I am one of the top 100 earners of the trip this year. And so I am going to Greece.
Yay! That is awesome.
I can't believe it. Now, I knew I was going to earn the trip because I set my goals out in August. One of the things I do with my team is we sit down and plan, what do they want? I'm a very goal-focused person. And I said, what does everybody want? Who wants to go where? I said, I'm going to Atlantis. I was in the Bahamas last summer. I said, I'm going to Atlantis. I took pictures of it. I said, I'm going there. And I was like, I'm going. And my friend said, check your email and see if you got Greece. I said, I'm going to Atlantis. And I opened it up. I was like, I can't believe I'm one of the top 100. But that is what I do. So the travel piece, the rewards and recognition, those are the things that are the woohoos for me, or the double yays, as we say in the Cincy family. So those things drive me. Those are not going to be on compensation plans. The compensation plan is important because that's how you get paid and how you get paid on your downline. And it is important to be able to see where you're going and as you move up. What I usually tell people is you're going to make 20% of what you sell. After you sell $1,000, you will make 25%. If in any month you sell $2,000, you will make 30%. You have the ability to go up from there by sponsoring other people on your team and getting paid compensation on your downline. Once you come in, we're going to set your goals. You tell me how much money you want to make, and I will break it down to the number of parties you need to do or how many you need to sell unit items. We can do by purse. We can do whatever. But we really sit down and talk about what is your need and how we're going to make it. I use the compensation as the background. But looking at a piece of paper with the plan on it doesn't do a whole lot until I talk to you about how many parties and how many nights you're going to be working your business.
Right. I completely agree. And there's just so many intangibles that come along with direct sales. Like you were saying, the recognition. I actually got 2 charms last month and I was not expecting them. And I was like, oh my gosh, pat on the back. Yay, me. I was like doing the happy dance in my car. Like,
well, I mean, you've got a background corporate too. I mean, how many times does your boss walk over and say, great job, you know? Not usually.
How funny. Yeah. And so that's awesome. And like you were saying, there's just so many more, so many more things that are just positive about it, like the support and the training. And, like I've been to like Spring Sprint, which is one of our, spring trainings and everything. And everybody's just so pumped up and so excited. And it's just nice to be around happy people who are happy to be there at their job.
Well, I think what happens is, I think deep down, and this is, okay, now we're getting deep, okay? Deep thoughts by Chilizy. I think deep down, everybody wants to belong to something. Mm-hmm. I really think so. And the fact is, in direct sales, you can, for not very much money, sign up and belong to something.
Right.
Right? I mean, networking events you can go to and pay, and then you belong to, but you're usually sold to. The thing about direct sales is you come in, you decide what you want, and you go after what you want. And you find a community that's all doing the same thing. We're going after what we want, not against each other, but for each other, with each other. When the whole succeeds in general, when direct sales start succeeding like it should, like I can't believe people don't get this model because it is amazing how empowering it is. Yes. Okay, you can tell I'm on my soapbox. I mean, for the ones on video can see it. But it surprises me that more people are not in this business doing it, even as the side thing, right? Because you don't know, you don't have job guarantee
Right.
when you work
Yes.
for the big boss or the corporation or whatever. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I have to say this, there are some direct sales companies you do need to research because some have closed doors. So it is important to look at the business. They need to be part of the Direct Selling Association. You need to look into the opportunity as a professional businessman or woman. But once you've looked at that and you know, and I think that's when I went to convention, I realized the people that run our company are the kind of people that I want to be around.
Oh,
And I
yes.
want to be around the leaders of our business. And other people that are leaders in direct sales are the most inspiring people. They're happy. They're giving back. They live in a sense of gratitude constantly. They're looking for ways to bless other people. Who doesn't want to be associated with that?
Right.
I mean, it's not, people joke, and especially in our business, it's the purple Kool-Aid. Okay, yes, you can drink the Kool-Aid, but that's not what it is. When you start giving and when you live in a place of generosity and being grateful that we even are on this earth, it's amazing what happens.
Yes. Well, and just the whole direct sales model, like it's a warm market. It's relationship building. It's let me share something that I like with you or love or I'm passionate about. Whereas, I mean, all of these company leaders could have just done shelf space in Walmart and
Right.
never known their customers and never known the people who work so hard to put their products out there. But they chose, for I'm sure a whole lot of reasons, to go ahead and do the warm market. And because they do care, and just in general, but definitely also with this family. So that's always good. But you brought up a good point, and this is kind of, off the beaten path of what we usually talk about on the show, but you brought up a good point about like, well, why aren't more people doing this? And why don't more people like get it, as far as like the way the compensation and payment structure is done. And do you think that has to do with like way back in the day, there was that negative idea of pyramid schemes and, all of that horrible stuff?
I personally don't think pyramid scheme is the problem.
Okay.
I think the problem is that there is the perception of get rich quick.
Oh, yes. Because this
You
is a
start-
business.
Right. So when you start asking me about the compensation plan, I'm going to ask you how much you're going to work, right? We're going to have a conversation about what you're going to do, like it was a job interview, right? We're interviewing each other to see if this is a fit. If you get told, oh, somebody makes 70,000 a month, yes, there are people that do that in direct sales. Is
Right.
that the average? Oh, no. No. And it is a business. You will work harder for less pay than minimum wage even at the very, very beginning possibly. Then as you go up, you're still going to work hard, but you're going to be compensated heavily for that as you grow your business. But you will never stop in this business. You are always sponsoring. You are always sharing and selling. Always. It's not like you get to the top and then you retire.
Right.
And I think what happens is, in a corporate world, it's easier to go sit in a desk, work 8 to 5, and leave. Because guess what? Somebody tells you exactly what to do. But here's what happens. I'm not fulfilled. My why that I showed you was my kids. I don't get to see them.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I had a nanny, a housekeeper. I was working, and my husband was working, but nobody saw anybody. We're just ships in a night passing. I mean, maybe I maybe eat dinner with my kids or kiss them goodnight or see them in the morning, but I didn't have kids so somebody else could raise them.
Right.
So the comment about the negativity is I think that people are drawn to it, and when it doesn't work out for them because they didn't work it, they said the system failed instead of they failed.
Right.
We always have to blame something. And the people that are successful in this business said, I failed, I picked myself back up, and I'm going to do it again. Because if I work hard enough, if I keep going, and I always go, then I will get there.
Yes.
But what happens is when you don't see, you do it, you in 3 months, you go through your warm market, right? That's what happens in direct sales. So what do people normally do? They quit and go join another one. And so what happens, especially with social, I think it's even gotten worse with social media, these people are jumping ship left and right to all these companies. Oh, ground floor opportunity, ground floor opportunity. Well, I mean, what do you know about this company that you've signed up with and betting everything? Mm-hmm. And what is it looking like to your friends and family when you're bouncing around left and right? It gives a bad perception.
Right.
That and the fact that people go in and yes, they become their own best customer, but then they buy a whole bunch of inventory they don't even use. And so then it's cost them a lot. Mm-hmm. Instead of running it as a business, it's become something else, and they've lost. Yes. They've lost a lot of money. And so what happens is those people are emotional, they're angry, they're this and that, and so they put off and say, this is a bad thing. Oh, don't do that. Oh my gosh, somebody did that. That's the worst thing. Oh my God, healthcare, da, da, da. Or this and that. Candles. I can't believe you're selling candles. Purses and jewelry, you can get that any place. I mean, yes, you can. You can. And in terms of the pyramid scheme, I love all the things that are out there. I mean, every major company is a pyramid. Right. There's a CEO at the top. He makes the most money. I mean, look at these salaries of these CEOs. Guess what? There's only one CEO.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Direct sales is not a pyramid. There is enough place at the top for all of us if you want it. And that doesn't happen in corporate America.
Yep. Oh, excellent answer. Yay. Thank you so much for shedding some light on that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about your personal experience in direct sales. So what would you say has been your biggest hurdle in growing your business, and how have you worked to overcome it?
Fear. I think it's common because I have a lot of girls on my team and we talk about this. And I have some guys on my team too.
Yay!
Yes. Men do very well in direct sales. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why more men aren't in it because I'm looking around. I'm at Spring Sprint. Okay, I just have to put this out here. Okay, I'm at Spring Sprint looking around at all these women, married, single, divorced, whatever. I'm like, why aren't there more men? This would be like the next when men want to know where to go date people, they should join direct sales companies. Forget online dating.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, oh my gosh, yes.
I'm in big trouble for saying that. Okay. Okay, what's the question again?
Sorry, it's so funny.
You're gonna have to edit.
It's so true. Oh my gosh. Okay. What was the last question? Oh, what is what's been your biggest hurdle in growing your business, and how have you overcome it? So it was fear, and how have you overcome it?
See how fearful I am? I didn't just change the subject to something else. That's how I overcome it. I avoid it. No. Okay, and I'll say it again. I mean, you're going to hear some soapboxes here because that's just that's the way I am, and I put it out there. And this is why, maybe why I'm not so successful in corporate, because I give my opinion.
No, but you're supposed to be quiet and work.
Right. Shut up, Chili. So I think what happens is that we get scared. We get really scared what people are going to think about us. Mm-hmm. We get scared with the word no, and I love the people that have done Go for No. I mean, anybody in direct sales needs to read Go for No. It's great, and you need to go for no. That is, it's a great model. I love everything about it. Instead of trying to get 10 bookings, get 10 no's, whatever. Use Mary Christensen's bangles, and then instead of, move the bangles when you've got 10 no's, all those things are great. Because when you focus on getting the no, you don't hear no, you hear maybe later and things that you thought were a no. The other thing I want to say is that I've been in corporate 15 years, worked at one of the largest Big Five consulting firms in the world. And I've been in unbelievable trainings. I've learned tons of different things. I've been on amazing different projects. But I've learned more in the 4 years in direct sales about myself, about other people, self-improvement, how to give back, than any of that other stuff. And it amazes me. So that fear, I don't know that I realized how much fear I had. I don't think I realized where my comfort zone really was. I knew what made me kind of uncomfortable, and I would just avoid it. Mm-hmm. However, that's a really small world and a very small life, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And so how I overcome my fear is I make sure that I figure out what's going on. And a lot of times I'm really focused on me and how I'm feeling. And if I can take it and say, how are you feeling? This business isn't about us. It's about sharing with others and really being connected to your customers and potential recruits. So if I can sit here and say, take it off of me and really focus in on what you want, how I can serve you, how I can help you. If you don't want me, that's okay, because all I really want is the best for you, that you have what you want. And so how I overcome that was just constantly removing myself out of the picture. It's not about me. It has nothing to do about me. God is using me to talk to you, but it's not me. It's this conversation of what we're going to have, and maybe I'm going to connect you with somebody else, or I'm going to get you a purse that makes you feel good, or a necklace that you really like that you can wear and make yourself feel sexy or something, you know?
Awesome.
And when you can remove that, I think it's a big one.
Yes.
The other thing I think that happens is a lot of people go and sell to their friends and family. They start their business with what we call their warm market, their friends and family. Mm-hmm. I was so worried. Like I said, I started with another direct sales company for a whole month because I was going to get a car. Mm-hmm. And my company doesn't do that. My company, you make your commission and you pay what you want. So there are plenty of people paying their car notes with their commission checks. I already have a nice car. Anyway, so tangent, squirrel. So I was very fearful of what people were going to say about me. So I built my entire business my first year with strangers. I actually did stop people in the grocery store. I did stop people in different places. I made sure I was wearing all my stuff. I mean, even now with my Grace Adele brand, I'm always wearing my jewelry. I'm always wearing my stuff. I sold all my other purses. I don't wear, I mean, the only other jewelry I wear is my real stuff that my husband gave me. But otherwise, it's the Grace Adele stuff. And people will comment, and then I'll say, oh, thank you. And then they'll, you know, what do you do? Da-da-da-da. And we'll have that conversation. And I think I feel bad because there's some people that would have benefited from this if I had asked them. Mm-hmm. And it was selfish of me because of my fear that I didn't. And so I know that now, and that's what helps me get out of that place.
That's a good way of looking at it. You know, I mean, it's very easy for you to like talk yourself out of it. Like I've even been in situations where I'm like pumped up. I'm going to go talk to somebody about this opportunity. I think that this would be really great for them. And then like the 5 minutes before I actually open my mouth, I'm like, oh, never mind. But you're very right. I mean, like to not be able to, or to, you know, keep the opportunity away from other people, or to not even give them the opportunity to choose. You
decided for them. Who do you think you are deciding for them?
Exactly.
If you have a nudge that you need to talk to somebody, maybe that person just needed a smile. Maybe they don't need what you're selling. Mm-hmm. Don't look at everybody as a prospect. Look at everybody as a human on this earth. And you know what? Our job is just to connect. Mm-hmm. Because that, to me, is what the sweet stuff of life is about. Getting to know everybody else on this earth. And now I have an excuse to do that. I sell jewelry and purses and other Cincy family brands.
Awesome. Okay, well, this leads right into the next question. Can you tell us about a time that you stepped out of your comfort zone to grow your business, and how did that turn out?
Oh, my gosh. So I have a bigger comfort zone than most. I think people think because I'm an extrovert and I talk all the time that I'm not scared and I don't have fear, and I do. I have a lot. But I think when I came back from convention, I had my first person that I felt to talk to. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what about it, but something told me. And I was at a store that sold a competitor product to mine. And I don't know why, but I asked her if she liked it. She said she did. I handed her a catalog. I came back and talked to her. And it was hard for me to give the catalog. Like, I don't just hand somebody a catalog. I usually have a conversation with them. But I handed her that catalog. I walked away to go get something else, and I came back. And she was looking at it with her head down, a little tearful, and said, is this a business? And I said, yes. And she said, I just got this job because my husband left me, and I haven't worked in 15 years. I don't know what to do with myself. And that's when I realized, this isn't me. I so strongly believe it's God and all the things in my business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started learning how to step outside of my comfort zone, because I get that nudge to push you outside of your comfort zone. It's not like I decided I'm going to go pass out 10 catalogs today, although I tell people to go do that. That's a mental outside my comfort zone thing. But what I tell them to do is look to go connect 5 people that you can compliment, you can connect with, maybe give a catalog or a sample, maybe show them your purse, maybe talk about a party, because maybe they need a girls' night out.
Mm-hmm.
But try to connect to figure out what they might need in those seconds. That will be out of your comfort zone, because it's not about you, it's about them. And being vulnerable enough to ask about somebody else can be a challenging place. So it's easy to talk about how great you are. So my comfort zone is really to say, I don't matter. I'm here to serve.
Right.
And if you don't want me, reject me, you say no, it doesn't matter. So that's how I do it.
Awesome.
I try.
Well, good deal. Okay, so then what's the craziest thing you've done to grow your business?
You know, I'm a pretty crazy person, but for my business, I don't know that it's been too crazy. I will say, I think the things that I've done outside my comfort zone have been the crazy. Going on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
that one was a hard one for me, because I do care what people think. I mean, it's a thing that I have, and that prejudges and decides for people that they can't do this business if I don't offer it. So I decided to put myself out there. I can't watch my videos. I post them without watching them. I did one video that I watched the playback, and it took me 6 hours to make it. So I decided that was not a very valuable use of my time. My videos are mostly for my team training. So I got out of my way, and I started putting myself out there. And some of them are me being silly. Some of me being really silly. And to capture that on video, it's one thing to do it. But to capture it on video, I don't know. I think just when people are around me, they'll dare me and I'll do it. So I'm known for being crazy. I don't know that there's one thing that's anything that's abnormal for me.
How funny. Well, crazy is definitely relative. You know, it's got a relative meaning.
Yes.
Oh, how funny. Okay, so what have been the most effective strategies that you've used to build your business?
I've grown my business by using every channel that I've known in direct sales. So I listen to a lot of people in direct sales talk about how they work their business. I'll do shows and fairs. I'll do little bazaars at a school. I'll do vendor mixers, things to go meet new contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I will do fundraisers. That's a great way to do things. I'll loan businesses products for them to try. I'll partner up with other people in direct sales and offer my services. Maybe if somebody's going out, I'll offer to loan them a purse or a piece of jewelry that they can borrow if they need to have a certain look put together. One of my team members was actually going on an interview, and I put on some necklaces and scarves on her and said, here, dress this outfit up because it'll make you, we can all go get a Target or Walmart dress and put on some accessories and look like $1 million.
Right.
And so, those kind of things. And then parties. I mean, parties are the lifeblood of these kind of businesses. Party plan businesses, not everybody's a party plan business. I will say this. I've heard lately people say, you don't have to have a party with this company. And I want to make a comment. That is true with any of the direct sales companies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do parties. But let me tell you what a party does. In 2 hours, it puts you in front of a whole lot of people, and you only have to say it one time.
Right.
If you're meeting one-on-one with all these people, it's going to take way more than 2 hours. So your dollar per hour, instead of maybe $30 to $50 an hour, you're making $10 to $20 an hour. Mm-hmm. So just think about when people tell you certain things, ask about it. If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. But I put myself out there. I do, for my Scentsy fragrance brand, I do have a website that I do so online. But with my Grace Adele, I have my Facebook fan page. I have my Purse Party Diva YouTube channel. and Twitter. So I connect with some people there. Grace Adele's only a year-old brand. And so the name recognition has not come out so strong. But when people see our products and they know that we have a lifetime manufacturer's warranty, that kind of quality isn't around in products nowadays. And so it's intriguing. And so I start the conversation actually now. Tell me that my friend Lisa Taylor has taught me this one. Tell me what you love most about your purse. Tell me what you like least about your purse. And we turn one of our purses wrong side outwards and have a conversation about that, how we can help organize you, how we can help put looks together, how we can help you find things. Do you lose your keys? So we talk about how to help each other. And then when we do that, why don't we talk about bringing some of your friends in to your house, a wine bar, coffee shop, and let's show them how we can help each other. So all the methods have been how I've used to grow my business, and I don't find one more effective than another for me. Lower cost is definitely not doing shows, but if you have no leads, then go find some little church markets or something to generate some business.
Oh, yes, definitely. So what would you say are the greatest benefits to being a part of Grace Adele and the direct sell community in general?
Wow. I think I've touched on this in a lot of different things that I've said. I'm really passionate about direct sales, and I'm passionate about my Cincy family opportunity. I think the thing with Grace Adele is it is a ground floor opportunity with a company that's 10 years old. The kind of things we do with this business are amazing. Now, I don't know what a whole lot of other direct sellers do in terms of jewelry and accessories. I probably should know that particular piece of my competition a little better, but I do know what department stores do. I do keep in touch with fashion trends and things like that. And we have some great advisors that we consult with for our designs and our looks. If you look at our purses, they look very similar to some of the other purses out there because we all are on the forefront of what is being the style for different looks. And I like that the Grace Adele opportunity is a little bit different. All of the Cincy family brands solve a problem, and the Grace Adele problem that we're solving is helping you stay organized, helping you make your own individual look, having a couple of different pieces that you can mix and match that will always go together, and that the style is not too trendy or too traditional. So we're right there in the middle that you can make it yours. You can do what people say all the time, does this go together? It's up to you. It's what you decide. But for somebody who likes to change it up or somebody who just needs a little something for themselves, those are really great benefits. And so I think that it's a good place to be right now. I see great things with this brand in the future, so I think it's an amazing opportunity. And again, I've spoken about how much I love direct sales, so that's a different soapbox I've already been on.
Okay, well, what would you say to someone who's considering joining a direct sell company but hasn't taken the plunge yet?
Usually, obviously, I like to talk to them. It's funny, nowadays people will email me or they'll text me or send me a Facebook message. They don't really want to talk on the phone about the business. And I don't answer so well I need to feel and hear their questions and their concerns. So the first thing is talk to some people. Don't sign up with somebody just because they're your best friend. This is a business, and consider it a business if you're doing it to make money.
Right.
So I think first, why are you doing it? Figure out what are you trying to do? Why are you signing up in direct sales? What do you like the brand? You want to get a discount? Great. However, I'm going to still tell you, no matter what it is, interview your sponsor. And don't go sign up with your best friend just because she's your best friend. I tell people all the time, you may not like my style. I'm very straightforward. I tell you what I think and how I think. That does not work for everyone. Thank goodness. We have lots of amazing leaders in this business, and some people are not leaders yet, but they will be. My team is full of brand new consultants that are going to be rock star leaders. But everybody had their first recruit at some point. So just because somebody doesn't have a recruit, is not a leader, does not mean that they're not a great sponsor. You need to figure out where that person's going and if you want to attach your wagon to them. And this has been said a lot of different ways. I just came back from a networking event in Dallas. You know, you are the sum of the people that you spend time with.
Yes.
the 5 people probably that you spend the most time with. So I'm going to ask you to think, who is it you're spending the most time with? And are you the top person and teaching all them? Or are they the top and you're learning from them? Or if you want to go as far as, are you the dumbest in the group or the smartest in the group?
Right.
You don't want to be the smartest and being the leader of all the groups you belong to, because you're not going to grow and learn.
Right.
And one of the things about direct sales is that is another way to kind of expand your sphere of influence. Maybe you're in the corporate world and you need to learn some stuff about selling. Direct sales is a great side job. You do not have to do it full time. Actually, the most successful people have been doing another job, mom and working and wife and corporate job and direct sales. The busy people are the ones who do very well with this business. The people that are out and about,
Yes.
people that sit behind their computer, or the people that print off a bunch of flyers and go put them all over the neighborhood, are not going to be as successful. It works. Don't get me wrong. It works. So I think that anybody looking to, you need to figure out what you're doing. Do you want to have some girlfriends, move to a new area, don't know anybody? Direct sales is a great way to meet new people. Do you feel undervalued, underappreciated? Do you have a need to be needed? Do you have a need to be appreciated? There are certain needs that you can't get met with a spouse or friend. I'm going to tell you, use direct sales to be that thing. You need money. You can make money in this business. So define out what it is that you really want, how you're going to get it in direct sales, and then figure out your passion to pick which channel would be the thing that would get you on fire. And so I always ask the people in front of me, is it food, fragrance, or fashion? You know, what out of that's what I have to offer. And if it's not one of those things, it's okay. Let's talk, because I know other people in direct sales that might be able to help you. And that's the great thing about this, is referring each other. That when you meet people at these events, make sure you get those cards from the other direct sellers so you can refer each other.
Yes.
Because the worst thing is for me to recruit somebody. You shouldn't be convincing people to join, because they're going to fail and you're going to waste both of your time. And then you get like that whole the whole soapbox I got on earlier. You know, you're going to get these sour people that are going to be really unhappy. And it was a complete waste of your time, and don't do that. So I really think that it's something to analyze. Look around. Look up the person. Do they have a story written? Do they have their passion expressed on why they're selling on this business? We are in a social age. And, you know, what is their social presence? If you're planning to run your business by doing parties, well, then your sponsor needs to be doing parties. If, you know, you need to look into those things, and how are they going to train you, and what's the training available with the company? And if you need certain things, then talk to the potential sponsor about what you need and see if they can fulfill that. Not every sponsor will. And the way I ran my team, I'm here to help you, but you got to do the work. I can't do it for you.
Right.
You know, when somebody calls and says, I have no sales for this month, I can't give them the sales. I can't make sales for them. I mean, I could, but I won't. That's not how I'm going to help you. I can show you how to do a party. We can make a new list. I can show you how to get some new contacts, but I'm not going to go make the sales for you.
Right. Wow, good. So what is your favorite business book or business resource that you would recommend to other people in direct sales to help build their business?
You know, there's so many books. I think I even have, well, maybe on my team site, but I have a reading list that I continually keep. I'm passionate about self-improvement and self-help. Direct sales is one of those things. I love Build It Big and Build It Bigger. Those books have always been great to start out. Sherry Hutzpah has a really good book that I read. Love that one. Right now, my favorite book would be Zig Ziglar's The Secret of Closing the Sale. That one I really like right now. I've been reading it a couple times. That's the one I'm recommending the team right now.
Awesome. And what's your favorite book for fun?
Fun is always about selling, so self-improvement.
Awesome.
So the other thing I do instead of just read, because I'm reading, and then I also listen to audiobooks. And so right now I think I've got some Brene Brown books that I'm listening to and reading. And, Think and Grow Rich, one of the old school ones. I think that's a really good one to listen to. So I listen to the audiobooks while I'm driving around, and then at home, if I get a chance to read on my Kindle or whatever, it's on my phone, it's whatever. So if I get stuck in a doctor's office or at lunch, at my lunch break, instead of just doing nothing or surfing the internet, I'm reading some books. So that's why I keep them digital, because then I can keep it with me all the time.
Awesome. That's great advice. And definitely, who is it? Is it Dave Ramsey that calls it the rolling university? Like whenever you're in your car, you just like plug in your iPod and, you can listen to, podcasts such as this one or audiobooks or anything else like that. Awesome. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to say before we wrap up about your business opportunity, about direct sales in general, any type of business building advice, anything?
I've said it a couple of times and I want to end with it. I am so passionate about this kind of business. And when people do it right and people are out there sharing and really serving others, really being there for your customer. This business is amazing. How many things we get sold in direct sales? We started off talking earlier about, beef jerky is something that's being sold in direct sales, right? Everything is being sold. We are very, very busy right now, and people have a lot of things going on. Wouldn't it be great that somebody called you and said, I know you're getting low on blah, blah, blah. I'd like to bring over some more. Proactive customer service, deliveries, really caring about your customers. New style comes out and it goes on sale. You call the person immediately. Oh, I just did this. One of the bling bracelets that I have went on sale at 50% off. And I texted her. I'm like, you've got to get this, and I can't get it for you right now. You've got to go online because it was on sale, and I knew she loved it. Mm-hmm. If you keep caring not about the sale, but about the customer and the relationship, and you like doing that, this business is for you, and you will be very, very successful in it. If you are constantly looking to recruit people on your team, to make you money and how it's going to be for you and where you're going to go, this is not the business for you. You will be very disappointed because people will let you down and people won't do what they say they're going to do, and they're going to sign up and then they drop, and it's going to get very emotional and it's going to be very not so good because you're focusing on the wrong person. And Orville Thompson, the CEO of our company, he talks a lot about an arrows out attitude, about gratitude and looking to help others. And the video, I think, is on YouTube. You can Google that. That's what this business, when it's at its best, when you do it the way it's supposed to be done, when you look at the leaders that are very successful, and I mean not just money. Of course, they're making a lot of money, but they're going on the trips and they're recognized in their teaching and they're giving back and they're helping and they're donating and they're all around helping. They're making the world a better place. It's because they're coming from a place of gratitude and giving. It's about appreciation. It's about being authentic. The core values of Cincy family: generosity, authenticity, and simplicity. Those core values are core values to me. And that's why I believe in the products that I sell, because that is the basis of all of it. And I'm passionate about that. I would love to talk to anybody about the Grace Adele business opportunity. I think it's a wonderful opportunity, about the Cincy family brands. And even if you already are a consultant in another direct sales company, I'd love to get connected with you and make this the great thing that I think it can be.
Awesome. All right. Well, before we wrap up, can you go ahead and tell people where they can find you?
Yes. So I'm Chili Z, the Purse Party Diva. You can find me at the Purse Party, it's pursepartydiva.com, and on YouTube, Purse Party Diva. It's YouTube/Purse Party Diva. Oh, my bling ring's clicking.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for everything the past 2 days. I've really enjoyed talking with you, and all of the information you've shared has just been so valuable. So thank you again so much for being here.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. This was so much fun, and I love what you're doing. I thank you for putting this together for all of us in the direct sales business.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thanks for listening, and we look forward to meeting you at DirectSellNation.com, where we support the guys and gals next door. Be sure to tune in next time for more great information from Direct Sell Nation and Chantel Schultz. Please be aware that these interviews are conducted with independent representatives and are not official spokespersons for their respective companies. For more information about a specific company, please visit their website.